insane amounts of distance in times that really make no sense.
I don't want a cat. They're too powerful. It's just like, it's so stressful. It's like, I don't know where it is. It teleports. He's going to tell me the weather. Like, I mean, next thing he's going to tell me is they can, like, file my taxes. Like,
hey, everyone. The insane plot armor of cats. Have you guys seen it? Because we haven't.
All right, let's jump into it.
Oh, my
Oh.
God.
Wow.
Aggressive.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Grab it. Oh, Lord. You are...
Broken. A term used to describe a character so overpowered that they make the game stop functioning as intended and exploit the game's balance in their favor. Well, if cats aren't the most broken animals on the planet, God must have discontinued first place. I talk a lot about animals that got shafted by evolution. In fact, my most popular video today was about 10 of them. Well, if I ever do a video on nature's favorites, cats would surely be at the very top. Cats are arguably the most successful predators we've ever seen. With so many overpowered abilities, you'd swear it was plot armor. I don't even want to make this intro too long, so here's 10 superpowers your cat has that you may or may not have known. And number 1, 0 fall damage. You've probably heard that cats always land on their feet, but the real flex is being able to fall from heights that would have any human furnishing a coffin. A 1987 study showed that out of 132 cats that were brought to an emergency vet in New York City after falling out of a high-rise, 90% lived and less than 40% required life-saving treatment. It gets even wilder when you realize that cats actually have a better chance of getting airdrop from a building and walking it off the higher the drop was. And it's all because cats...
Did you hear that?
I was.
Yeah, you were way too zonked out by that.
That's so high up.
He said that the higher a cat falls, the higher the likelihood that the cat would survive.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why? Does it have a built-in parachute? Like, what the hell?
Nah, dude. Cats are just built different.
I guess so.
Saving treatment. It gets even wilder when you realize that cats actually have a better chance of getting airdrop from a building and walking it off the higher the drop was. And it's all because cats understand physics. You see, when you're in free fall, you accelerate towards the ground until you reach terminal velocity, where you literally can't fall any faster. When cats reach TV, they splay their legs and kind of just parachute the rest of the way down. And instead of landing on their feet, they break their fall with their chest and abdomen. Obviously, they don't...
Yeah, that fucking shit wouldn't work for me, I'll tell you that much. Woo! Just destroyed. Ribs going into every organ in my body. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Completely tank the hit, but thanks to their relatively large surface area to weight ratio, they maximize the points of contact that smack the ground and minimize the damage. And since cats apparently have lifelong beef with gravity, cats that reach terminal velocity instinctively know not to tense up, but instead relax and basically turn themselves into a kite on the way down.
That's
crazy. If they don't have time to reach terminal velocity, they end up getting hurt way worse. So like, in a weird twist, cats that fall from 2 to 7 stories actually end up more down bad than the ones that touch Earth from 10 stories up. In fact, cats have about a 95% chance of falling from 10 stories and living. Meanwhile, the average human has a 95% chance of getting outlined with chalk.
True.
Oh, and don't think the cutoff's 10 stories either. One cat named Sabrina took a 32-story express trip to the ground and walked away with only a punctured lung and a chipped tooth. Not to mention she was released and sent home 2 days later.
What?
Being impervious to fall damage is how snow leopards can not only make a living in the Himalayas, but can legit fall clear off a cliff, and the only injury they take is to their pride. Speaking of plot armor, did you know cats are actually built to predict the weather? You see, cat hair attracts static electricity, so they can pick up on the buildup of electrical charge that often comes before a really bad storm. And the cat's inner ears are sensitive to sudden drops in atmospheric pressure, which announce the arrival of a cloud assault. Technically, so can we. It's why our ears do the most and pop on a plane, but it's just that cat ears are that much more sensitive.
Wow.
And they can even smell rain and lightning coming. It's so OP that sailors...
Okay, let me just say that. How do you find out that a cat can smell lightning? That's true. All right, rain, sure. Moisture in the air, I can believe that. Yeah, fucking lightning? Okay, bro. I didn't even know lightning had a smell. All right? You coming out here being like, they can smell lightning, bro. What? What? She's there for like 2 seconds. I can't even take a photo of lightning. You tell me this... Yeah, but here it comes. Like, what? Come on, dude.
Oh my God.
That's ridiculous. Ugh.
Used to use cats aboard ships as a four-legged forecast. Forecast. Apparently, a cat with the zoomies means you could expect strong winds. A cat that sneezed was more...
What? A cat with the zoomies? Bro, it's gonna be windy today. How do you know? My cat's losing it, bro.
Is this sound logic, or is this just one crazy pirate captain?
Dude, I don't know, man. This is crazy. Somebody was just sitting there like one day, it's like, man, Muffin's acting really weird. Yeah, did you see the weather today? It's probably why. And then they just kept saying it. It's like when somebody goes, oh, if you sneeze or like if something's itchy, like someone's talking shit about you or whatever. It's like, that's what I feel like happened. And then they just ran with it.
warning you of heavy rain. And apparently if one licked their fur against a grain mid-sail, then you better make like God's golfing, cause it's finna hail. Now to be fair, a month surrounded by nothing but sea and seamen gives you a lot of time to just make stuff up.
Yeah.
I mean, just how many sea monster stories was just a whale freeing his willy? But there might be some truth to the cat thing. Cats will often spend extra time licking themselves before a bad storm, since having damp fur helps with the static thing I told you about. So basically, if cats could talk, we'd see a lot of meteorologists on unemployment. And speaking of no job, cats really managed to finesse their way into living in nearly 50 million homes in America rent-free. And one of the biggest reasons is because cats are the best manipulators nature has to offer.
Literally.
If you think they aren't, you're probably a mark and you don't even know it. According to researchers at the University of Sussex, many cats will exploit their owners with a soliciting purr. It's more high frequency, triggers a sense of urgency in humans, and even someone resembles the cry of an infant, and we just have to assume that's intentional. And in experiments, not only did humans have a faster response time when hearing that purr compared to a normal one, it even affected people that never owned cats. This distress purr likely triggers a deep, innate nurturing response in humans, meaning you're literally hardwired to answer to it no matter what you were doing before.
Okay.
So apparently cats understand psychology too. That's not even really a joke, because adult cats almost never meow to each other, but kittens do it with their mothers for food and warmth, and we have to assume they just figured out it works on humans too. And it's not just pet cats with this talent. Tigers have been known to imitate the sounds of their prey to lull them into a false sense of security. Tigers have reportedly mimicked sandbar deer and black bears. Bro, just listen to this.
Are you mooing because you want to be one with the cows?
Wow.
I don't think that's how you trick cows into coming over.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
And it's not just tigers. The South American margay will verbally cosplay as a baby monkey just to murk its parents like a Disney movie. And clearly the manipulation tactics were passed down. In fact, cats are so good at working people that they'd actually be great politicians, which is probably how Mayor Stubbs of Talkeetna, Alaska stayed in office for 20 years, even surviving assassination attempts by dogs, BB guns, and a deep fryer. But there's another special ability cats have, and it could arguably be the most overpowered of all. Pretty privilege. It's how dolphins got Flipper, orcas got Free Willy. Meanwhile, the best movie deal shark management could get them was being typecast as Jaws. You see, there's this thing called baby schema. It basically means that humans have an intrinsic bias towards a certain set of facial features in people and animals, to the point where—
Oh my god, this reminds me, he might talk about this, but I'm gonna say it first. There was like someone that basically was figuring out like why do anime characters, like why are people so attracted to anime characters or whatever? And it's because anime characters are drawn based off cats.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like, and then basically the moral of the video was like, so if anybody tells you, if anybody's an anime fan and they have an anime waifu, they're technically a furry.
Oh my god. That's funny.
It's so dumb.
it just makes us want to protect them. And with their big head, wide eyes, and round forehead, cats literally remind us of babies. And even though it's a buff from nature, cats will 100% play into this by figuring out what combination of ear wiggling, whisker pointing, and eye narrowing gets the best response from people. Now add the fact that slow blinking with your cat can trigger oxytocin in both of you, the literal hormone that bonds a mother to her child, and you can see how cats were basically engineered to be irresistible. It's pretty privilege on every steroid possible. And it's
that shit's freaky. That gives me AI art vibes. it's too like,
the really
cute, right?
big, cute eyes, though. I'm like, dang.
too
Just
bad,
don't expect that on
too
a
bad
kitty.
cats will like mess you up.
Yeah, I'm not a cat fan.
Well, I mean, you're allergic, so that's
why I'm
kind
not-
of like
that's
the
why I'm
main
not a cat
reason.
fan. Yeah.
wild, because if any other animal had a reputation for cold indifference and global genocide, it'd be cause of pause, but because it's cats, we just let it slide. Cat cuteness virtually has us in a chokehold, and I said virtual for a reason. It's said that 15% of all internet traffic is driven by cat content. That's 15% of all the stuff on the
Crazy.
internet. I want you to think about that during this ad. Matter of fact, and I'm willing to put money on it, for some of y'all, this ad's about to be cat related. Oh, you're back. Oh, by the way, was it cat related? I'm actually curious. But the thing that almost always gets forgotten is that cats give back as much as they take, which leads to their next flex, healing powers. And not just for them. Science says having a cat living under your roof easily extends your subscription to life. Studies show that cat owners are 40% less likely to suffer a heart attack
That's
and
kinda
have
cute.
30% less chance of getting clapped by cardiovascular complications.
Wow.
And since cardiovascular disease is one of the leading causes of preventable death today, cats are like a real-life one-up. Not to mention kids that grew up around cats have less of a chance of getting folded by allergies, especially if the exposure
That explains so much.
Okay.
For me, anyway.
started in early infancy or even while they're still in the womb waiting. And
Nah.
then there's the fact that just petting a cat can nerf stress levels and blood pressure. But if you really want to get literal about it, cats purr at a frequency that's said to improve bone density, repair tendons, and promote healing. I never really fully
mean?
understood it, but apparently cats purr at a frequency that transmits vibrations throughout the body, vibrations that help increase blood flow to the affected area, thereby bringing more nutrients. It's also believed that those same vibrations can help with soft tissue injuries like sprains and strains. I know I said they live
Yeah, we're gonna get you a suit. We're gonna get a
Wait,
cat, and we're gonna test
what?
this out.
Cats can heal people?
Tell me.
That's crazy.
You're telling me if I own a cat, I'm just passively gonna be healthier?
Increase my bone density?
No won-
Heal my
No
soft
wonder
tissue?
no wonder the crazy cat lady lasts so long.
Yeah.
She's got like 500 cats.
She's got the cheat code.
Literally, fountain of youth right there, or should I say, a furball of youth.
Heard of you.
rent-free, but considering all they do to carry our health, again, I feel like we could let it slide. It's not just a buff to your health either. I vividly remember seeing a bunch of surveys that said that women on dating sites actually find men with cats more attractive. Something about seeming more nurturing or emotionally intelligent.
Interesting.
On an unrelated note, I want y'all to meet my editor and content manager, Aslyn. Say hi, Aslyn. Say hi.
Aw.
Oh.
I tried to find the articles online, but apparently there was a switch up, and now women find cat owners less attractive. So on another unrelated note, yeah, he isn't mine. I'm actually just cat sitting for a friend. Shout out to you, Yusuf. Yeah, but anyway, cat claw armor is so strong that it might just be able to save you from cancer. We've all heard the stories of feline.
No.
This is too much.
No, this is too much. Now we're getting into like, I don't know how truth, like,
You know what?
too many sea shanties.
You know what
going
this
on.
is? This is the crazy cat lady who's trying to justify all the cats.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was going on Wikipedia or whatever, just like
She's
changing
trying to
the
spread
facts.
some fake news.
Yeah, just like, no. Everybody should have cats.
Yeah.
You should allow me to have
Prevents
500
cancer.
cats. It should be fine.
Physicians detecting it in people before anyone else could. Cats have a sense of smell about 14 times stronger than humans, with their 200 million odor receptors to our pitiful, almost embarrassing 5 million. Tumors produce volatile organic compounds, and these VOCs leave the body through sweat and breath. And there's a lot of respected researchers out there that will die on the hill that cats can sniff it out the same way dogs can. In 2018, rescue cat Mia climbed on owner Michelle Pearson's chest and wouldn't get off for anything, sniffing and pawing at, the right one, while also meowing and looking at her, as cats do. It wasn't until her husband checked for himself that he felt the telltale lump, and that's how the cat that was
Wow.
rescued from certain death ended up returning the favor and saving her owner from stage 2 breast cancer. And that's not even much
That's
of a reach,
awesome.
considering there's also
Wow.
stories of cats warning their diabetic owners of their potentially fatally low blood sugar. Either that, or cats can see the future and they'll choose to keep you in theirs if they like you enough. And even that's low-key valid, considering superpower number 7 is that cats have ultra instinct. Those whiskers can detect sudden changes in air currents to figure out the size, shape, and speed of nearby objects. It's like a whole radar system growing out of their face, and it's how a blindfolded cat is still hell on earth for any mouse in the area. Bro, I still don't think you're understanding just how much of a cheat whiskers are. Cats can even use their whiskers to figure out what direction their prey is trying to dodge it in right before they pounce, allowing them to cut off any possible escape routes. Now to us, it's interesting and pretty cool, but to a mouse trying to make it home to his family, that's gotta be some bullshit. And cats don't just have them on their face, they have whiskers all over. And you can't even play dead with the cat since they have carpal whiskers that allow them to tell if their prey is playing or, actually past tense. And honestly, this might be the most broken ability cats have. It's basically impossible to catch a cat slipping. They don't have to hear you, they don't
Did you see it?
Was it there the whole time?
That was there the whole time?
Oh my god.
That's crazy. I'm like looking in the direction the cat's looking.
Yeah.
Mouse was there the whole time.
don't even have to smell you. All it takes is a smallest change in air currents to dry snitch on you. But as predators, cats are the ones that do the sneaking, which only makes their next ability even more of a jihad for their prey.
Ew.
Superpower
Ew.
number 8. Cats are athletic freaks of nature.
Yep.
No, seriously, cats are the most athletic group of animals on Earth, and I'ma stand on that.
Jeez.
There might not be a single event at the Olympics that one of the 40 flavors of feline can flex on us in. You want speed? Cheetahs can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and can peak out at over 70 miles per hour. A cheetah on a Sunday morning jog can still get pulled over on the turnpike. Ain't that crazy? Want to see some long jumping? Cougars can clear 45 feet horizontally on an off.
Yo!
Want to see a cat get high minus the catnip? The serval jumps so high that their meal prep literally involves pimp slapping birds right out of the air. And for powerlifting, here we have a literal deadlift by a leopard using only its teeth. Yes, that is a rhino. Yes, that is a giraffe. And speaking of leopards, they're also gymnasts on steroids that turn trees into jungle
Holy
gyms.
shit.
And if you think you're safe from the smoke and water, keep in mind that the caiman is part of one of the most successful group of predators in history. And all it took was an aquatic equalizer in the form of a cat to wreck their
Damn.
entire game plan. Not to mention jaguars have been seen swimming clear across the Panama Canal. Yeah, that one. Also, they have a hydraulic press for a jaw. God help you if you get caught in it. And all I need to say about tigers is that this is an Indian gar, and even this walking Red Bull logo can get choked out by a 500-pound striped giggle.
Oh my
I don't even need to
goodness.
say anything about lions. Those triceps speak for themselves.
Damn.
Cats are nature's population control, and there isn't anywhere on Earth outside of the Devil's Ice Rink that doesn't have some kind of cat running it. Even the travel-sized ones are a menace. The deadliest cat in the world is the African black-footed cat, and because of their metabolism, not only can they catch up to 15 bodies a night, they also have a hunting success rate of
What?
60%.
Looks
Not
like a
even
house
lions,
cat.
tigers, and leopards can touch
Wow.
that. There's a reason why domestic cats put billions of animals on shirts a year. And sometimes they turn entire species into history lessons. And unlike their wild cousins, a lot of times with domestic cats, they do it just for fun. Yeah, you think it's cute, but it's bloodlust. And if you're a mouse, an op with whiskers is like Thanos. They do be inevitable, especially when you factor superpower number 9. Cats can teleport. I'm dead serious. Cats do this thing where they just spawn wherever the plot needs them the most. Not only as
What?
solitary hunters, cats can cover insane amounts of distance in times that really make no sense.
I don't want a cat. They're too powerful. It's just like it's so stressful. It's like I don't know where it is. It teleports. He's gonna tell me the weather. Like I mean, next thing he's gonna tell me is they can like file my taxes. Like fuck.
Well, in that case, I do want a cat.
Do we though?
Sense. Take mountain lions, for example. Young male cougars will often travel hundreds of miles away from their mother's territory to find their own. In 2009, a tagged cougar took a walk that took him from Black Hills, South Dakota, all the way to Greenwich, Connecticut. Basically,
What?
he hiked from
Wow.
Mount Rushmore to 30 miles from Manhattan. And it's not just cougars that go cross-country. A tiger named T1 managed to walk 800 miles across India in only a few months, fueled by nothing but the power of horny. And of course, there's the story of El Jefe, a jaguar that randomly showed up in Arizona just outside Tucson. I could really keep going. From June 2017 to July 2018, a young lynx trekked from a wildlife refuge in Alaska all the way into the heart of the Yukon. A trip that totaled 2,174 miles. His name was Hobo, by the way. Can't even make that up. But the best story of teleporting cats was Clementine Jones. She was a cat in New York whose family left her behind because they were moving and they figured the trip would be too hard on a pregnant cat. Oh, little did they know. Clementine spent a couple of months with her kittens and then one day just headed out and popped up at her old family's home 1,600 miles away in Denver. And it's not even like
Wait.
the family got tricked by a
She found the family that left her?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The cat was like, remember me? Remember
That's crazy.
you left me with my kids?
Yeah, now we're gonna raise this family together.
You literally-
Bitch.
dupe. Clementine was born with an extra toe and had a burn mark on her shoulder. There was no mistaking her. There's only one cat power that's arguably more impressive, and you
Wow.
Wait, was it Clementine Jones, a Denver cat, they owned by Puss in Boots bronze medal, and for 6. Come on, there was no punishment to the family for leaving the fucking pregnant cat behind?
No, this is a happy story. They're all reunited.
That's so dumb though, what?
No, it's amazing and impressive.
No, did the
Cat's
family
hero.
bring the pregnant cat to a place to get like safely left behind? Or were they were just like,
That's
I guess you're
not
just the
the
new
point
owners.
of the story.
That's ridiculous.
No,
No,
Eli,
I
it's
don't
not the point
care.
of the story.
I don't care.
Was it a
That's
Disney
stupid.
movie? That's a better question. Did
Was it
turn
a
into
Disney movie?
Yes.
Screw it.
Homeward
They
Bound.
left a pregnant cat.
Is
And
this-
was just like, not only did they leave the cat, but they left all the kittens. Think about
They
that.
didn't know the kittens yet.
It was pregnant.
No.
They literally said that no, we're not going to travel with the cat because it's too stressful on the pregnant cat.
They were looking out for the cat.
the
yeah.
fuck out of here,
Come
dude.
on.
No.
This is a good story.
I don't even like cats that much, and I'm like, bro, defend the cat. What are you doing?
saw it coming as soon as you clicked on this video. Superpower number 10, mind control. And it's all because of a little parasite called,
God.
you know the name, Toxoplasma gondii.
I
It all
didn't.
starts when this parasite enters a cat because they literally only reproduce in their bowels and their eggs don't get past until the cat has a movement, usually in a litter box. Now here's the problem. The Toxoplasma gondii needs to find a way back into the cat in order to hit restart on its life cycle, and the best way to do that is by setting up shop inside one of the animals on its grocery list. The only issue is, no mouse that values its life is going anywhere near a death sentence with toe beans to make it happen. So the
Okay.
parasite, which by the way basically uses the mouse as a layover, they begin to rewire its brain in order to remove the fear of cats. And I don't even know how, but infected mice can even start fiending for cat pee. With more irrational confidence in a father of four and an Instagram model's comments, it's easier for the mouse to get body bagged by its number one op, thus repeating this vicious mouse-murking cycle. And of course, we now believe that when this same parasite invades us, they do the same thing they would to a mouse. Which is why popular opinion is that the Toxoplasma parasite causes an unreasonable attraction to cats. And it's possible that this factory reset of our personality is due to the
Yo, so we're all sitting here worried about like the Last of Us mushrooms like growing and taking over our brains, but like literal cats have like a mind control thing.
It appears that way.
That's ridiculous. Like what? This I didn't even know. I didn't have to watch this. It's crazy. Like this just like ruins my day.
parasite making enzymes that control dopamine. And it's not just humans that can get infected. Turns out afflicted hyena cubs end up bolder in the face of lions, which is a great way for them to get invited to a meet and greet with Mufasa. It's not 100% proven that the parasite's responsible for all the cat people in the world, but hear me out. There's proof that this parasite was present in ancient Egyptian mummies.
What?
And these were the people that straight up worshiped them. Not to mention up to a third of all people alive right now have it, and most have no idea. And that's why I say cats have the wildest plot armor I've ever seen. Because real talk, only cats could spin a parasitic infection into a way of living rent-free. Trust me, I would know. Isn't that right, Maple? And that's why cats are the most broken animals in nature. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book. Hold on, sorry girl. Okay. With cats being nature's cutest form of population control, I talk about them a lot in my book, 100 Animals That Can, Redacted, Kill You. Link in the description if you want to see for yourself. But make sure you drink water, hug your mother, hug a cat. It might just save your life. And if he allows it, I'ma see y'all in the next one. Aw, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Okay. You can go now.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's a lot of information about cats I didn't know or need to know.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's just like now I'm like, do we gotta get a cat now?
He didn't say they could file taxes, so I'm still not convinced.
Oh, okay.
That would have put it over the edge for me.
I don't know. I would like to look at like my cat, like, I don't know, sniffing or acting weird and being like, oh, I know the weather today.
That is interesting.
Like, I don't have to go like, Alexa, what's the weather today? It's
yeah,
like,
you would just know because of your cat.
yeah, the cat can just be like,
They'll smell the lightning and tell you all about it.
bro, that's crazy. Nah, I'm still upset about that. You tell me cat can just smell lightning. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't approve of that. Well, on that note, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.